Afternoon folks, and welcome to the Happy Hooker YouTube channel. Today I'm actually on my own. I've got my little Violet, my Stinky and my Rosie with me. What I'm going to do is, I'm not fishing today, but what I am going to do, I'm going to go and have a look at an aerial view over the Wyre estuary. Maybe have a look at the lighthouse, not the lighthouse, the lifeboat launching pads and where the old ferry used to be. I'm going to send the drone up over the estuary and have a nosy about. Let's see what we can see, eh? If you see the signs here for the old Fleetwood docks, that is, I mean, it's no longer really a fishing port, but they still do have the Fleetwood fish markets there. You'd be turning right there. But as it is, I'm going up near the old ferry terminal to the ferry to the Isle of Man. So that's where I'm going to be putting the drone up, and we'll see how it goes. Just approaching now, to my right is the old Fleetwood ferry to Isle of Man. It used to dock here for quite some years. I will do a bit of research after and I'll get it all on film and we'll see what's what. I have just noticed out in the estuary the lifeboat's out. I don't know if they're practicing or not, but it just looks like it's anchored up, so we'll have a good look at that with the drone and a nosy. So as we approach into Fleetwood now, I know you can see my ladders on my van. If you turn down the side of the amusement arcade, I'll just let these people cross. No, they're not, thank you. If we turn down the side of the Fleetwood, down the side of the amusement arcade, we come down to the back of what used to be the ferry terminal. And we'll just get it on camera here, and then I will get the drone up and have a look at it on the drone as well. I'll not miss me turning. I've made a mess of it. We'll have to reverse and come back out. I'll let you know when the drone's up. I'll see you shortly. Right guys, well I'm here at the side of the lifeboat centre at the back of Fleetwood Ferry Cafe, which by the way does the best fish and chips in Fleetwood. I'm just about to send the drone up. I'm going to leave this filming as well while we're at it. Put that camera up there so you can see what's going on. Put the drone down, switch it on first. It'd help if I switched the drone on, wouldn't it? Take that gimbal off. That's it, drone switched on. Make sure that camera's moving alright. Perfect. Put it down here. Oh. Now, the little procedures it makes you do before it'll set off. Just open it up. Why is it not opening? There we go. Oh, there we go, we're straight into it. Now, let's send her up.
Take off.
I'll get it on camera.
Home point updated.
Right, at this point now, I will probably switch over to the drone. I think I'll leave this one, that camera running as well. I think we'll have a look here first at, this is Wyre Marine. This is where the can't see me bloody, I can't see properly. I'm going to switch this one off. And we're off. Let's go and have a look at a few things there. If you notice in the background, that's the higher lighthouse in Fleetwood, which will become relevant later on in the video. First stop is at Wyre Marine, where they run the ferry across to Knott-End-on-Sea, pick passengers up and bring them back. I think the boat's called the Wyre. Unfortunately, it's not here. I'm assuming they've took it out for maintenance and stuff. Normally it's parked up there and we could have had a look at it. Would have been even nicer if we could have seen it operating. Next up, we'll have a look at the RLNI centre at the side of Wyre Marine, where they launch all the lifeboats from. A big thank you to all the ladies and all the men that do run these lifeboats. You do an absolutely fantastic job, and you do save a lot of lives. Hats off to you. Let's have a wander over the estuary towards Knott-End-on-Sea. As the camera pans round now, you'll see one of the bigger lifeboats that's moored up in the estuary itself. It's there the majority of the time, but not all the time. It's a beautiful, beautiful looking piece of kit. I can only apologise for the camera work. I am still learning how to use this thing and I'm a bit up and down with it. As you've probably guessed, I've worked out how to make my drone do circles around things and bits of corkscrews. It does do other functions and stuff, but I'm quite happy with this sort of footage that I'm getting out of it. Let's move off now towards Knott-End-on-Sea, where there is a council-owned slipway. It's council-owned, but it's managed and run by the Wyre Marine Service, who also run the ferry across the Wyre estuary. It's quite a long slipway. It can be a bit awkward to negotiate, with lots and lots of sandbanks all around it, and to be fair, it's not very pleasant at times. At the top of the slipway, there is a gate, a barrier. Now when you join, it's £60 for the year to launch there, anytime you want, whenever you want. They give you the padlock combination, and that's it. I do believe that they do a day launching service as well, which is like £10 a day, but you've got to wait for the ferrymen to come to open the gate for you. One word of warning I would say to you is, don't leave your boat in the way of the ferry, because they've been known to get very nasty and aggressive about it, and they're not very pleasant. But that's enough of that. It's time now to mosey on over to the old ferry terminal. There used to be 3 ferries that left Fleetwood going over to Northern Ireland and the Isle of Man. They was called the Three Sisters. I did look the names of them earlier. I think one was called Bison. Well, I can't remember the names of the other 2. I'm pretty sure that anybody that knows can stick it in the comments for me. I think the ferries stopped running in about 2012. They sold the ferries off to a Russian company, and now they've been scrapped. If you look just behind the ferry terminal on the right hand side, you can see the approach into the old Fleetwood docks and into the marina and stuff. I mean, there is still lots and lots of boats in there. I don't think it's a great fishing fleet anymore. In fact, I'm not sure how many boats are in there coming in and out. There's a couple of charter boats, and that's about it as far as I'm aware. Let's have a wander over to the other side of the estuary now. I'm going to show you a couple of fishing spots, one off the land and one off the boat what I frequent. Those 2 orange boats, they actually belong to the RLNI then. I think they're the type of all-weather boats that they use. The first mark I'm going to show you is the landmark, and if you look at the White House, what we're approaching now, just on the beach there in front of it, and I'm pretty sure it's a low water mark, and you fish the tide up. It's only a gentle lob, probably 30-40 yards at max, and you cast into a big hole, and in winter, when the cod are in, you usually catch decent cod in there. Let's move up to where I sit on the boat, where I anchor up. When the camera sorts itself out. I do apologise, I am still learning how to do this. The mark I use is pretty simple. Get yourself opposite the approach to the Fleetwood docks. On the other side, on this side of the river where I'm filming now, the camera will turn around in a minute, and then there's some little yellow buoys at the side here, and you just anchor up probably 100 yards into the middle of the estuary to the side of them buoys, and you usually catch bass and flatties and other bits and bobs. It is worth mentioning that on the great big tides like it is today, that this estuary here, it will dry out at low water. There'll be a tiny little trickle on one side of it, and I know this from previous experience. Let's have a wander back down past the Fleetwood Ferry Cafe where I'm actually operating the drone from. Also, I forgot to mention, the side of Fleetwood Ferry Cafe, there is a tackle shop. Ben Callahan's place it is. Fleetwood Fishing Supplies, I'm pretty sure it's called. A lot of shore anglers fish on the other side of the RLNI lifeboat centre there as well, on the beach and the foreshore. In fact, a few of them fish from where I'm parked up as well. You might just be able to clock me as we go past with the drone. I think we might go and have a look at the old lower lighthouse as well. There was 3 lighthouses in Fleetwood. Lots of people fish anywhere along this beach, directly into the estuary, but on a big tide like it is today, it'd be unfishable. The flow would just be dragging your rod all over the place. My advice on a big tide would be to fish round the bend further up the beach. This is the Lower Lighthouse in Fleetwood. There was 3 lighthouses and there was first lit in 1840, I was reading up. This one's called Lower Lighthouse. There's one behind it back in towards Fleetwood, that's called Higher Lighthouse, and there's one further out about 2 kilometres, 2 miles up the estuary, that was called the Wyre Light. And it was a navigation laid to get up into the estuary. What the navigators did, they lined all 3 lights up, and that was a safe passage into the estuary. Apart from that, I don't know any more about them. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough battery to go and have a look at the Higher Lighthouse with the drone. I mean, I would have enjoyed sending it up and around that. I'm hoping you're enjoying this as much as I am. Right guys, I've done quite a bit of filming there, over and around the Wyre estuary. I think I'm down to 35% battery on this, so it's now time to return it home. And it's not returning home again.
Return to home.
Returning home. And I've lost the dog. Stinky, come on. Stinky! Really obedient dogs. Well, this drone should appear somewhere very, very shortly. What's it looking at? Well, it is looking at us, if you can see. I don't know whether you can see that or not. But what I will do is I will put what this is seeing, and I will try and insert what that is seeing on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. But I can hear her now. There she is, right above me. Turn the camera down so we can see us as it comes in. There we go, it's right above us now.
Landing.
And in she comes. Now, it's not going to be the longest of videos, but it's something to do. It's Mickey Fart Pants' birthday today, so they're off to the play centre and I'm out playing with this. Now that, when it's coming down, looks like it's going to land on top of your head. Somewhere. We're very happy with that, aren't we? I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Might be able to see it now. Well, that, guys, is the end of that. If you do like the content that I do, and you do like watching bits of fishing videos, I am trying to improve them. I know there's no fishing in it today, but it is a quick look over the Wyre estuary and what you can expect to see, and I've actually noted a couple of marks on that video as well. Get them fingers waggling, press the like and subscribe button. Costs you nothing to do so, absolutely free. So until next time, ta-da for now.